Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Work in the Verse. Thor here, and in this episode of There's More Than Just Meta, I have to admit, this one is 99% all meta. They're on a tear to wrap up April with some of the most interesting and tantalizing news yet for 2024. Just when you think VR isn't going to be exciting, something like this comes along to get the focus back onto VR. Let's run down the list of Meta's announcements in April, and then how they're encouraging other companies besides Apple to get back into VR. Maybe at the end of 2024, we'll all be saying, all hail to the VR. Meta is throwing down the gauntlet that they're the best of the best, and we've heard Mark Zuckerberg say a lot about the Quest experience being better than Apple Vision Pro. Words are words, but actions speak volumes, and the company is ready to back up Mark's words, or at least take some tantalizing steps. With an update to the Quest operating system, version 64 literally sees AI in action with a new skill set for the Quest 3, and that's object identification for room setup. Previously, you had to self-identify objects, and it was a bit time-consuming as the Quest 3 was apt to forget setups when it first rolled out. This is becoming less problematic, and throw in object identification for windows, walls, chairs, and the like, it definitely says we're trying to make setup even less time-consuming than before. This takes another pain point away for those who just want to get into the experience without having to spend time to get there. Back in the day, Apple decided to win the hearts of many by going after a market no one knew you could be successful in, and that was education. Meta is now trying to sneak in here, but with VR for students aged 13 and older. Apple won't be able to compete here for some time, and Meta knows if they can get the hearts and minds of youngsters, it'll be an easier sell as they get older. It could be a win, though, for educators too, as they've thought about the importance of device management to make it possible to guide students through VR experiences and monitor their progress. Depending on how this is done, with this hands-on approach, I think it would also solve problems for first-time users of VR too. Meta may just have found a new niche, as Apple and others won't likely be pursuing this area anytime soon. Speaking of experience, have you tried Meta's latest take on Passthrough? I'll have to admit, I've had limited time as other projects have been taking most of my VR time away from me. My lighting isn't great, so in these conditions, Passthrough may be a smidgen less clear, and I've noticed my headset struggles more now than it has before the update in understanding where the boundaries should be placed. Tell me what you've noticed in the comments below. Am I missing out on a radically better pass-through, or is it just a smidgen or two better than it was before? The other noticeable improvement should be video playback on the headset. Like many of us predicted, the Quest 3 should evolve over time with experiences, and having 8K playback for some should be a welcome enhancement. Not too bad that, like the Quest 2, this device, for the most part, keeps getting better with age. Looks like the rumor mill is ramping up as Alan Truly from Digital Trends is reporting the Quest Pro 2 may come as early as MetaConnect 2024, which will likely be held in October. Perhaps Meta wants to get ahead of any new offering for the Apple Vision Pro. According to Truly, it sounds like a sure thing that LG will be providing the micro OLED screens and Qualcomm will be providing the Snapdragon XR2 Plus Gen 2 chipset, which is the successor to the Quest 3. This chipset is touted to be able to handle up to 12 tracking cameras, which would likely mean advanced eye and hand tracking. As Truly notes, it's possible that with Meta's partnership with Qualcomm, they may be able to get access to a yet-to-be-announced Gen 3 chipset that would rival Samsung, HTC, and immersed upcoming offerings. With a chipset like that, could Meta's codec avatars be far away? The following Meta news has Meta blowing up the world of VR as they just announced they're going to allow third-party manufacturers to use their operating system, now called Horizon OS. Notable companies include Microsoft, Asus, and Lenovo. This could add another spark to getting companies back into VR. Mark Zuckerberg sees more innovation coming in the space simply by having an open model rather than a closed model. His vision is that companies will be able to build to specific use cases, such as having lighter headsets to better integrate into your workspace, headsets geared towards entertainment, or even optimized just for gaming. The Meta Store is going to be more encompassing that will allow you to connect with Steam or Xbox Cloud Gaming. Mark also mentioned Google Play as a possibility, but it sounded like they haven't come to an agreement yet to make that happen. Microsoft looks like they'll be branding an Xbox-themed headset, but with any new announcement, you can expect some time for things to shake out. Mark thinks it will be a couple of years to start seeing some headway. If everything comes together, it's going to be another win for the consumer, as it looks like there will be more choice and more opportunities to find something that will meet one's needs. And with all of this possibility, Meta decided to drop the Quest 2 headset to $199 and make significant cuts to Quest 2 accessories. Guesses are that Meta will be introducing their Quest 3 Lite series headset soon and are wanting to clean out their inventory. So, is this going to tempt you to pick up an extra headset? Convince family and friends to give VR a try? I know I'm going to push it a bit with my family. Let us know in the comments below if this will change how you talk about VR. Alright, well that's a lot of exciting news from Meta, so let's go ahead and wrap things up, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Until next time, keep working the verse.